the language skills to help CE. As CE take us to map number 2, it's going to be Sky Temple.
All right, Sky Temple it is then, chosen by CE, and we did indeed get the confirmation that it was the BTG pick here on BOE. So them actually losing on their own home turf, on their own chosen battleground that hard, that one-sidedly is pretty bad news. Now, Sky Temple, of course, is going to be a whole different battleground. We move on from 2 lanes to 3 lanes, more macro plays. It's a little bit more forgiving if you screw up in the early game because you do have more time to come back. But it could be very unforgiving in the late game. If you make that one mistake, if you screw up that one team fight, there's going to be a naked base potentially in one lane with those temples dealing so much damage sooner or later. Maiev keeps getting banned. It's a pretty good LLK hero as well. He has played that several times.
So then, we see Urel getting banned away here. Once again, another hero who has been incredibly impactful. Though it did lose the last game, it's still a very good power tool we've seen used multiple times, so not surprised to see it actually getting removed here. As we see Genji as the final ban. So far, Genji has yet to enter into the field of battle.
That is correct, and you know, it's so interesting to see that CE keeps banning that hero themselves, although in this case, I think it's pretty okay to do so because they were in first pick, and already the Dahaka secured for LLK gave them great success in those games against the A-team. And immediately, another Hanzo, or another Luful special, I should say, with a Hanzo from safe distance, he's going to rain down death and demise on his opponents.
Death and Demise is an interesting thing to be in rain form, but they certainly have been using it very, very well. So now then, with Dahaka already on the board, what are they going to combo with it? With Phoenix banned away, we're looking into the Jainers for starters. This could be setting up for a Reina. There's a fair amount of slows here, so they could be going for an ace in the whole Reina, unless CE decide to ban it out now, or even pick it up themselves, as they are first pick after the ban phase.
Tetcher, have you been able to follow a little bit of the Korean scene as of late? The Korean HGC?
I have.
How much do the Korean teams value Reina at the moment?
Give or take. Like, it's been played a couple times. I haven't watched every game, so that's the kind of question I can't
But
really
they definitely
answer
do
very
play
well.
it, right?
Yes, I've seen several games with Reina. So statistics, they have played Reina at least once, because I've seen at least one game.
And it's a really cool thing that we're seeing here from CE. They end up picking Muradin and the Blaze yet again. So not only did it work pretty well last game with good bunker placement and strong tank initiations from Wind on the Muradin, but also this is pretty cool because they're hiding stuff, right? They don't have to show all of their strategies. They don't have to show all of their drafts for the upcoming teams, SPT and the one tomorrow, if they were able to make it, that is, of course. And speaking of Rainer, I think we summoned him. Good old Jimmy is back in the mix, this time for BTG and not for the A-team. And how do you counter Terran? By picking another one.
Marines, very well known to be countered by siege tanks, so this is standard StarCraft strategy, and also by firebats actually, which do increase damage to light units as well, if I remember correctly. So once again, firebats also very effective, although this is technically a hellbat, which I still believe counts. So yeah, hard countered StarCraft style.
There we go, the triple Terran deployed in just one
Bio.
game. The only one who's missing is good old Tychus. This time not being fielded.
That's true. Although Odin's not usually, or Thor's as they are in StarCraft, not great against the.
But he's still a Marauder, isn't he?
They're more of an anti-air style usually.
Isn't he a Marauder, like in his normal way of fighting?
No, he's technically still a Marine.
Okay.
He is just a hero unit in the StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty campaign. A Marauder has like 2 double grenade launchers, which I think would be a dope unit.
Here we go. Because I thought they put Marauders like criminals into the Marauder suits. I'm not sure. I know nothing about StarCraft, so you probably would know way more.
No, they put criminals in just the standard.
Also the standard Marines?
In standard Marine suits, yeah. A lot of them are conscripted criminals.
There we go. All right. Yeah, Nova is a good one. I just saw Nova would have also been available.
Yeah, Nova also good against bio units. Extra damage there. No psionics though, so wouldn't gain damage there. For now though, we are heading into game number 2, and it's gonna be on the left-hand side. Currently 1-0 up. It is CE. They're looking to try and take a huge lead here with a Luful on the Hanzo, Wind on Muradin, 365 on Malfurion, KTY on Blaze, and Juyu bringing out the Sergeant Hammer.
Facing them again is Beyond the Game with 619 on the Diablo. LK is playing the Dahaka Druid. His place is Alex Strasza. Jamie, played by Dancing, and Jaina, of course, played by 3. And together they are Beyond the Game, taking down the A team. And now trying to, you know, get a little bit of a better seeding for this upcoming Eastern Clash in Korea. Because it really matters if you place 4th, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st, depending on which opponents you would like to face. First place of China is very likely going to face 3rd or 4th place of Korea, which could be Miracle, could be Blossom at this point. We're going to have to find out over the next few playdays in the HGCs all across the globe, all across Asia.
Time to leave, Zhuyu. Roots down from Malfurion, gives him the escape route, as that was a fast rotation.
Yeah, that it was. Looks like Beyond the Game is wasting no time to actually deal with this Sergeant Hammer pressure. They actually put 4 heroes into this, only to rotate back to the middle. And look at what Wind is doing. Wind of the Meridian immediately rotating around and trying to slow down the mounting process. Actually, he didn't do that because he realized he was a little bit too far away from his teammates. So if they were to actually focus him, he might have risked his own death.
Very slow rotations. Other than that one gank onto bot lane, both teams seem to be playing very calmly. I quite like that positioning. Zhuyu is not in range for XP here, but
it's also hidden in the bush.
He is in range to do the camp. He is hidden in the bush. Like, doesn't auto-attacking reveal you, even if you're not attacking your enemies?
That would probably reveal him still, but yeah, it's a very hidden spot nonetheless. Like, it's not going to get discovered by anyone unless you go for an aggressive invasion in their rotation.
Now they go for the bruises. Going forward, just a Malfurion Sergeant Hammer rotation. And very rare that you see Malfurion tanking a mercenary camp for the team here. As Luful getting some good angles on his scatter arrows for stacks and also to harass that Siege Giant camp, as 619 positions the Siege Giant camps for optimum clear speed. Nice little knockback by Reyna there, though.
Yeah, and already you can see 2 different strategies, right? See, on the one hand, they didn't even bother dealing with the bottom lane. They immediately rotated to get this bruiser camp in time, as you said, 365 here, tanking the shots and the attacks, taking a little bit of damage in return. In the meantime, we see Win jumping over the wall. Man, would you actually be brave to jump over that, Tetcher? Look at the height.
No. It's just simple as no. I am okay with heights, but I also have self-preservation. As we do see everyone rotating up to the... a lot of people, rotating up to the top lane to begin both pushing for the side of CE and defending for the side of BTG. They do realize they're currently 2v4 though, so reinforcements are on the way. Reyna and Jaina making their way up.
Alright, here we go, with Sergeant Hammer being protected by that spell damage reduction from the Mercenaries a little bit. This is a mighty good position from the beam. Luful immediately jumps over the wall to safety, drops a scatter shot though. And the sieging still continues. However, Zhuyu on that Sergeant Hammer is now focusing a lot more on dealing with the opposing Mercenaries rather than actually putting these auto attacks into good use on the enemy structures. For now though, sieging is back in there. Siege tactics available. Not right now, however.
Use it. There it is.
Yep.
Uses it straight away to unsiege and use those thruster packs to escape. Him of armor coming in from Reyna. So longer fights, the better for him, as he's going to get more maximum health. Going to make him much harder to kill.
Absolutely true. Every time the Give Him Some Pepper trait procs, it's going to be 5 bonus HP, which ultimately accumulates to a nice chunk of bonus health in total. And that, of course, also synergizes very well with Reyna's Adrenaline Rush. That scales with max health, 25%. Beautiful catch by 619. And Luful is still going to get out to safety, though, because there was no... That was a clutch one, but there was no follow-up CC. Otherwise, that Hanzo would have been a goner.
Very true indeed. That was close, but Hanzo did manage to escape thanks to, as you said, that lack of follow-up CC. Also, can we very quickly agree, because you just made me think of it, that the Roll Earthquake for the ace in the whole combo is called the Pepper Shaker.
The Pepper Shaker, I like it. Let's do it.
Nice kill onto Malfurion. Nice and easy. Simple as. Dahaka, speaking of simple as, getting absolutely turned on. Win looking body box. They can't finish him off through the essence.
Alright, here we go. Druid is low though, and you know what a low Alex Strasza means. No healing on the Q, so she's almost a useless hero. Almost though, because she still has a little bit of AoE healing, still has a little bit of damage as well. Luful though needs to be careful. I was going to say, he's mighty low. 619 though, gets chunked down himself. No, but the self-healing. Actually, the knockback is huge.
What is this flanking hammer? This flanking hammer? Taking down 3 off to the side. They lose Muradin here. CE so aggressive as flanking hammer continues to reign in the pain, but not enough to finish anyone off.
Yeah, really cool synergy between Alufal and Jui there. The Sonic Arrow actually giving vision for Sergeant Hammer to continue raining down Hellfire from across the wall, from over the wall. Really cool move there, but also some casualties on the side of CE. A little too cheeky there, a little too aggressive. In the meantime, KTY is back against LLK, the battle of the 3 character nicknames.
So now, we see Malfurion cleaning up the lane as quick as he can, which is not very quick, as he waits for his team to join him. Wind taking the longer route, looking for the gap opportunity. Good start on Reina. Root is down, easy peasy, not happening. Druid and Dancing with the combined healings, keeping Dancing alive.
That is the power of Raynor. You think you have him, you think you got him down, locked on, but the self-healing provided by the Adrenaline Rush can really save your life in dire needs, in dire times. So well played. Almost said Olili, but the A team is no longer in there.
We already missed it.
Will be missed.
Already missed. It's Dancing, trying to dance, but it's eating rocks. The Sergeant Hammer also continues to pile on the pressure. Nice flip by Diablo, putting it in range of the tower, sorry, which will take the first one down. Brilliant kill, already done for Blaze. Good job. Good extra damage now.
That is going to be certainly very useful, that's for sure. But they need to get rid of Zuyu. They need to get rid of the Sergeant Hammer that is slowly but surely chipping down those structures in the bottom lane, paving the way for a second temple phase, which is also going to go down here. Look at LK though. He realized that all the attention of CE was put onto the bottom. Only now is KTY on that Blaze taking care of the top lane. And with Blaze being so far behind, Siege Tactics, by the way, with Blaze being so far behind and Dark having the global, this could actually be an easy teamfight win for BTG.
It could, as level 10 though is still hit for CE. They can try and maybe take a numbers down team fight here, as they're looking for the opportunity. Blaze finally picks the bunker. I was confused when he wasn't picking. Wind moves in, just going to try and force 619 off of the point, at least for the moment. They seem pretty happy to maybe take the slower trade as Wind begins taking the counter shots. Fountain is down here, so this is risky, and KTY has had the time to rotate.
Yeah, but he's not showing himself just yet. If he shows himself on the bottom, I think LK might actually be able to push all the way into the towers. Here goes the double Dragon's Arrow.
The surprise to Haka from behind, looking for Zhu. Siege Tactics not active. Lifebinder actually getting very little value here, as Lightning Breath mostly blocked by the bunker, but not fully blocked. Isolation lands on Meridian, but he tanked through it very easily. Good drag, though, on Blaze. That will be a kill. Nice job by BTG.
And up to this point, I think the raw team fight power that they bring to the table here with that Alexstrasza Dragon King, with that Jaina, with that Raynor and the Jaina, actually, both of them, so much focus fire damage onto this. But as you said, the Lightning Breath absorbed for the most part by the bunker, but once they stepped out, it was still going on, applying more slows and more damage onto those targets. And I'm not sure right now if CE has enough damage themselves to actually threaten that Diablo. No longer do they have percentage damage of any way, shape, or form.
I believe Sergeant Hammer can get some later on, but that's quite a while. We know Hanzo can.
Yeah.
Yes, that is it. So the Giant Killer, Hanzo can get some later on as well, but that's still a little bit of time that Diablo is going to be in control. And of course, Lifebinder is still going to make it very difficult to kill anyone.
So we still see this weird spot in which the team fights actually go over in Beyond's favor for the most part. Beautiful knockback, by the way, by Juyu, not even using the Siege Tactics. But in those team fights, Beyond the game is looking much better right now with that Haka engage from behind. They could actually make this another one.
Not by a Lufal. It's not a great angle, but it's enough. Water Elemental chasing down, ticking more damage. Diablo Firestomp, but Lufal survives here. And that was messy. But they lived, and that's the important part here for CE.
That they do. And it was a 4 versus 5 as well. Keep that in mind. They basically just had to make sure they survive and do not lose team members, right? Because the Haka, LK, he came all the way from the top lane. In the meantime, KTY was still doing a little bit of soaking, so the experience gap closed a little bit in favor of CE. And that was a really good disengage. Really solid. But also the Lifebinder. Can we just say how much value that heroic ability gets every single time, right? In those previous games, we saw Diablos oftentimes get melted down by percentage damage while they were channeling the Lightning Breath. Now, though, with the Lifebinder, that is no longer something they need to worry about.
Wind has to pop the Avatar. Can't wait around. Bunker's good. Needs to leap over the wall. No, Hyperion perfectly timed there, because no matter what, even if Meridian was able to jump, doesn't matter about skill shots. Hyperion... Okay, Hyperion will grab it. We're apparently on Sergeant Hammer's vision for a second there, as the boss is started.
Boss is started. No main tank available for CE right now, but they have good pokes. Sergeant Hammer, Hanzo They really need to chip down the enemies, but I don't think they can contest it. No. Without Muradin, no boss.
BTG looking to even up the score right now, putting on even more pressure. Good start by them. We're going to see the boss getting pinged very early. They want to defend this as fast as possible. And as such, they begin attacking outside of the base, while Blaze actually even takes a couple shots.
Yeah, Blaze is securing the bottom temple, so they're trading this one for one up to this point. Mercenary pressure on the top lane, which is good for CE. And how aggressively does BTG want to defend this here? The boss has been dealt with, so now all the efforts, all the attention can be put onto the enemy team. Muradin is joining the fray here in a bit. Looks like Beyond the Game is happy for now. Just taking a couple of shots away from the bottom temple, and they already rotate back.
It's a very clutch boss kill that they were able to clear that so quickly. It's giving CE a great opportunity to get some huge XP count. Thanks to, like we already mentioned, that bottom temple is going to kill off top here. Final shots, and the few minions attacking it will be enough to finish that off. But in exchange, mid fort does go down. Now bot fort under serious duress. This forces the reaction from CE towards that mid lane.
Already we can see a skirmish go down in the middle. The final shots go over to BTG, so well delayed and well secured by them. And everybody's still alive. As you said, Muradin only now rejoining the ranks of his team.
Botfall survives as well, so it's less XP. So currently BTG do not get a little boost towards their level 16, but it's going to take a very long for them to rotate down and get it.
All right, still a massive lead though if you look into things here and how clearly one-sided that first game was, right? So Beyond the Game doing much better. They are already much more stable now in terms of how they take those team fights, in terms of how they rotate across the map, and this is a good spot to be in on Sky Temple. When you have the global, you can always, you know, squeeze out that little bit of extra experience income. Yuri needs to be careful. I'm not sure if he wants to go through that choke point with the entire enemy team of Beyond the Game already posturing up. This is going to be the 4th extra experience achieved, and 16 just around the corner.
Muradin continues to massively annoy Diablo. Slows down his rotations as much as possible. They're trying to delay and just annoy to prevent team fights happening, prevent rotational ganks, which might still happen. Siege tactics not being used yet, being very patient actually.
Very, very patient. Just like the entire team of CE, right? They still need that one level before they can fight on even terms. So no heroic abilities are used. They don't even want to get close to Diablo, so they don't even get locked down. This time, by the way, we see Paint Them Red for Raynor, level 16, which is a mighty self-sustained tool.
See, still look around for experience because they need to raise themselves to 16. Next objective is a single temple phase. They can't contest that if they don't have 16. Well, they can, but it would be a really bad idea.
All right, and we gotta give it to CE. So far, they were able to survive this onslaught, right? So far, they were able to avoid taking more casualties, falling back in experience even more. But we also got to give it to Beyond the Game for not getting reckless and overzealous, for playing this smart up to this point. They know they have the lead, at least for a little while. And now, with only one temple available, there has to be a team fight. No more shenanigans, no more split soaking, no more avoiding and temple sharing. This is where another team fight ends up going down.
Good, unstoppable by Sergeant Hammer, able to move back, gets the ambush as well. Big burst into LOK, who needs a heal from Alexstrasza. They move in, they have 16, able to achieve it with that retreat here, so now they can in theory move in and fight. They didn't blow a single heroic, only Water Elemental was blown for Jade, which is already dead. So it's going to be an advantageous fight for CE, and look at this, they've got the trap. Moving in, 5v5 into a beautiful choke point. Where's that Dragon Arrow? That's what's needed here.
That's what's needed. They're all clumping up. Beyond the Game is right now, but they need to wait until...
Give it to us.
They gotta get this temple, but are they gonna be able to get out of this? This is a true Monka's moment. I think this is gonna get very close for Beyond the Game because they take so much poke from the Hanzo over and over again.
BFG is good. Dragon Arrow is better. Live Fight is pretty good though. Keep 619 alive, but the dive is good. Double kill on both the assassins. Where's your damage, BTG? As we see LOK looking for a retreat, getting bodied by 365. And down goes Diablo. Shots taken by the temple, but keep about to be taken by CEs. They just walk across the map.
It looks like KTY on the Blaze for a moment. He wasn't really sure. Should I defend this top lane? Because there's a mercenary camp pushing, and I'm not sure how much damage it was actually able to deal already. But this indecisiveness probably could cost them the keep here. 17 seconds until Raynor comes back, but I think it's the smart move, you know? If they don't get this keep immediately, then the remaining members of Beyond the Game, the respawning members, can stall it out long enough, and that mercenary camp is going to take a keep 100%. So that was a good call overall by CE. Do they have enough damage to actually take it down? I don't believe so.
Good. They need to hurry up. They're
They
not
need to hurry
autoing.
up.
They're focusing on the fountain. They've got minions.
Yeah.
Juice stuff stepping. Yeah, I guess it lives. I really thought they had that.
Yeah, the damage wasn't there. I think without Blaze, without the bunker to intercept some of the keep shots, this didn't work out so well. The question is, could they have even sent Hanzo back? Because Hanzo, when it comes down to taking, you know, structures, he's not the strongest one. And maybe with the Blaze bunker, they could have, you know, went in a little more ham. But yeah, either way, I don't think they would have gotten it.
Yeah, they wanted to commit to making sure that their keep was alive. No point all-inning an opponent's keep if you still end up even anyway, so they just weakened it, set it up for future temples or the boss. It's a bit of a slower, but it's a value play.
And it's a safe play as well. You really don't want to lose a game on Sky Temple because you make one greedy mistake. So overall, good shot calling as long as they're all on the same page, CE that is, as long as they don't make mistakes. It's going to be good. And what also they were able to do in the meantime was, of course, you know, building up that mercenary camp pressure. So that Siege Giant camp at the bottom, I'm not sure which Siege Giant camp is going to win at the moment, but this could already be the bottom keep. And with the distraction now in the middle temple and the top temple, it is of pivotal importance to actually make sure your Siege Giants go through. And that's why both Hanzo and Dehaka take care of the bottom lane.
Yeah, the Haka actually forced back by Hanzo a bit, so it's going to be CE, Siege Giant Camp, that actually comes out on top. Not by much, but it in fact does go down to the minions in the end.
But of course, they secure themselves the first 50% almost of that middle temple. Top temple is currently not even occupied because the mercenaries on the side of CE, they push in like crazy. LLK gets spotted by the Sergeant Hammer mines.
Immediate Dragon Arrow into the backline. Good damage. BFG on Dancing. He needs to drop his selfie if he wants to stay alive. Gets him healing from the Paint of Red. Bunker is dropped. The fire burns down, but more fire in response by Druid, who is going to fight fire with Dragon Fire as they push forward and force you to back up a bit.
Yeah, I really like those bunker plays, though. They were able to get so much value out of those, right? Interrupting so much damage being dealt by Jaina, by the Alexstrasza, by Raynor. So I really like, look at the health bars. They're all completely full health by CE because of that Blaze protection. Now look at that. They realized with that vision provided by Hanzo's Sonic Arrow that they were rotating towards the top lane, only Dehaka in the immediate vicinity. And with that PvE damage provided by Sergeant Hammer and by Hanzo, most importantly, they're going to take that loss. Yep.
Diablo, he tries to tackle him, but he's too late. Now he is not in the best position. Lifebinder not in time. Druid might even die himself for getting in range for that Lifebinder. 3 gets
KTY
taken out, but KTY goes down to Dancing, who is looking to 1v4, but he goes down. He got the 1 in the 1v5, technically.
Still very impressive performance by Raynor, you know, holding his ground, not backing off, realizing I'm not the most mobile hero, so I'm not even going to try to run away. I'm going to try to make the best of a lost situation, but this is a mighty boss pushing in. Sergeant Hammer on top of that as well, and still such long death timers. It was all in or nothing for Beyond the Game, and unfortunately for them this time, they got nothing. And as such, the lead is going to get extended by CE 2-0 in this best of 5 series.
Good job by CE. 1 game away from securing BTG into that 4th seed and having their chance to move up to play against SPT for